Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Saddleback Valley College Wolverine basketball on SportsNetUSA.net. Corey Neyland, Mark Pavlovich here at the Wolverines Den here on the campus of San Bernardino Valley College for this SoCal regional playoff matchup between the Wolverines and the Pasadena City Lancers. The third seed and number 8 overall in the state. San Bernardino Valley 26-3, 16-0. In conference play, Inland Empire Athletic and Pasadena City. The Lancers are 22-8, the 12 seed, number 22 in the state. Mr. Mark Pavlovich, it should be an exciting game tonight.
Well, you look at what Pasadena has as a history of being a historical basketball program going all the way back to the years of Turk the Shark, Mr. Tarkanian, 1969, 39-1, and they've carried on that tradition here at Pasadena City College. But Corey, how can you say anything bad about San Bernardino? You look at their record this year, they've got players that can run the floor, score in double figures. This should be a game that goes down to the last shot on the floor.
And the starters for Pasadena City College. We begin with the visiting Miles Watkins, a freshman wing from Centennial High School in Texas. Jonathan Chaingang, another wing, a sophomore out of MLK in Riverside. Jaden Winfrey, he's a guard out of Redondo Union. He's a sophomore, goes 6'2". Nuruddin Abdur Rahman, he is a 6'2" freshman wing from Atlantic County Institute of Technology out of New Jersey. And Nigel Wilson, honorable mention, all SCC. He's 6'9", 185. He's a freshman. He's a sophomore. He's from Tucson. And for your home San Bernardino Valley College Wolverines, we got Dominique Daniels, a leading scorer in the state, MVP last year, all conference. 5'9" sophomore from Trinity High School in Compton. There's a tip. And Daniels up high. He's joined by number 2, Amari Smith, in white with the blue trim. Shine Nwanevu, he's also in the ball game, 6'5" freshman from Norco. Daniels to the other starter, Armand Muldrew, starts the ball game off with a triple. And it is 3-0 SBVC. And on the drive, Winfrey, he kicks out to Watkins. Watkins guarded by Daniels. Watkins nowhere to go. Chain gang for 3. He's long. Daniels with the rebound. Daniels do everything. The state player of the year last year. The human scoring machine gets fouled by Miles Watkins. His first personal, first team foul just started here in the first half of play. The other starter for the Wolverines will be Sebastian Mendoza, all-conference first team, 6'3" sophomore from Hillcrest High School in Riverside. Daniels picked up by Watson. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Quickness at the free throw line, pull up. No good. Rebound to the big man, Nigel Wilson. Wilson had 20 and 7 in their second round upset versus San Diego Miramar. He's got the ball in the lane. Up high, blocked by Amari Smith and stolen back by Pasadena. So 1 minute, 30 seconds gone by with the ball, Abdur Rahman. Wilson down low, Watkins away from everybody. Daniels in the air, spins for 2.
Corey, the defense that time for San Bernardino, everybody got stopped watching somebody else, and the player gets loose underneath. Got to tighten up the defense early in the game.
2 minutes gone by. Here is, Muldrew to Daniels. 14 on the shot clock, the lefty. 5'9", held by Watkins, pulls up short. Rebound, Muldrew, no, that's Smith. Back to Daniels. You can't let him shoot that 2 times in a row from the same spot. He connects for 3.
Well, and you know I always like the fact the team with the better rebounding is going to win a game. Once again, when you give yourself multiple chances, that's how you can beat the other teams.
Chang Gang kick out for 3. That is Abdur Rahman, and misses short. 6-2 your score. Wolverines with the lead. 17:21 to play. First half just started. Smith, Daniels, to Amari Smith. Thought about he traveled in the corner. No call. Here's Daniels with 6 and 5. 4 and 3. Behind the back dribble with 1. Lays it up. Runs over everybody. Got an offensive foul out of control by Dominique Daniels.
Good defense on the other side by Pasadena, and they knew the clock was working against them. What they did was cut off the lane. He had no place to go, and Corey, as you know, once you have no place to turn offensively, it's going to be an offensive foul.
6-2 is your score. Head coach for visiting Lancers, Ryan Frazier. First season, he and his coaching staff coming from Miracosta, and a number of his players coming from Miracosta, as Pasadena was 1-26 last season. Quite a turnaround in their first season here. And there is 2 underneath by Wilson. .6-4 Wolverines just starting this first half in the SoCal Regionals. All games at 7 p.m. tonight, and there's a steal by the Lancers. Watkins all the way. Tries to jam it from the used to be the dotted line, but he's fouled by Amari Smith. His first personal, first team foul. Miles Watkins trying to close the house down early.
Corey, you say Miracosta and you talk about Pasadena. As far as this is the Southern North, I guess we would say, with all those players transferring, we do have some major coaches from down south that are up here looking at players from multiple teams on the floor tonight, looking for that speed. I got told they're looking for a point guard. We'll see who may come out of this program and head down south.
Watkins connects on both free throws, 6 points apiece. Watkins has 4 of those points. Muldrew, Smith, Mendoza off the curl. Wilson with the reach. Cross-court pass to Daniels for 3. In that corner, that's an air ball. And coming the other way is Jaden Winfrey. Winfrey walked through, and that is a turnover. First turnover. Head coach for San Bernardino Valley, Quincy Brewer, in his 15th season, and his program mark is 353 wins, 90 losses in his 15-year tenure thus far. Mendoza up top with 15 to shoot. Smith in the lane, leaves it for Nwanevu. And there's a kick. They say a kick by the Lancers, number 20, that is going to be Nigel Wilson. So with 20 seconds on the reset, score tied at 6. Muldrew on the inbound, pull up on the elbow. Long, tipped into the waiting hands of Mendoza. Here's Smith, blows by everybody, fouled on the put up, and he'll head to the line for 2.
You look at these teams out here, when you think about San Bernardino, Corey, overall 37 rebounds a game, 12 on the offensive side, 25 on the defensive side when you look at them as a rebounding team. 16 and 26 for those statistics for Pasadena.
Smith connects on the first free throw, making it a 7-6 lead with 15:28 to play. First half just started in the SoCal Regional Playoff. The winner advances to the State 8, the Elite 8. And there's one more. 8-6 is your score. Winfrey with the possession. Left-handed dribble, crosses midcourt in the attacking zone. Picked up by Muldrew. Wilson, San Bernardino, very small but very quick. Watkins gets it blocked by Smith. Good defense by Smith. Muldrew quickly up. San Bernardino, second in the state in scoring, averaging 88 points. That's 88.9 to be exact. Baseline jumper, no good from Smith. Mendoza with the rebound, second chance for two. 10-6 Wolverines.
Great position by Mendoza down low. He worked his way in between the Pasadena players to be there to get the lone rebound and then bring it back up for a score.
Pasadena puts up 73 points a game. Down low, Wilson on the nice cut, missed it long. Nuanevu bothered the shot. 14-18 to play first half. San Bernardino only gives up 61.4 points per game on the season, and that's good enough, Mark, for second in the state as well. So not only do they score, they defend with the best of them. Daniels hesitation with the right this time. The floater doesn't drop. Rebound, Winfrey comes out of the pack. Jonathan Shane gang to the left side. Down low, intercepted by Mendoza. The entry by Abdur Rahman was a little bit too soft, and that's the third turnover. So Daniels in the front court. We're here at the Wolverine den. Staggered screen up top with 7 to shoot. Muldrew with the left, at the left block, turn around, fall away, no good. Wilson with the rebound. Nice defense by the Lancers, who give up 66 points a game. That's 8th in the state. And here's Winfrey. No look pass down to Abdur Rahman. And there's a timeout taken. 30-second timeout taken by the Wolverines with 13:05 to play first half. Wolverines are up. This is SBVC basketball on SportsNetUSA.net. We're here in the beautiful campus and beautiful facilities of San Bernardino Valley College.
Right now, Corey, San Bernardino 3 of 10 from the floor, 30%. Pasadena 3 of 8 at 35.7. Free throws, both of them are perfect, so they're shooting 1,000%. On the rebounds, well, both these teams are doing pretty well. Each one of them has 5 defensive rebounds, but San Bernardino has 3 offensive rebounds to none for Pasadena. Therefore, that's why San Bernardino is now in the lead in this game. They're just attacking the boards just a little bit harder than the young man from Pasadena.
Randy Harper zero checks in the black-clad Pasadena uniforms, joined by Watkins, Abdur Rahman, Winfrey, and Shane Gang. San Bernardino with Daniels, quick step down low. Nuanevu, easy flush for 2. Nice dish underneath. 4-point lead. So Nuanevu, Mendoza, Daniels, Smith, and Muldrew, the same 5 that started. And there's a lob pass down low to Chain Gang. So Jonathan has his first bucket. 12-10. Action picking up. Dominique Daniels behind the back dribble, pulls up in the lane. Missed the floater again, but there is Nuanevu for 2. He's got a quick 4 after the timeout. 14-10 is your score with 12-14 to play first half. Winfrey, backdoor, Watkins. That's been all day thus far. Watkins has 6 points, and Winfrey has his 3rd assist. 14-12, Wolverines with the lead and the ball. Smith, Muldrew. At 26-3, San Bernardino Valley. There's another oop down low. Nuanevu has 6 quick points, 3 straight buckets after the timeout, and is now 16-12, a 4-point lead.
Well, I don't know. I think they heard my stats and said, oh, well, we need to impress the old guy a little more. I think that's why both teams have become hot at this moment.
Here's Abdur Rahman. Winfrey, 3 assists, no points thus far. He's in the lane, gets bumped by Muldrew. So he's operating in the lane. Muldrew with the little body check.
Corey, I like it's been a quietly refereed game so far in this first half.
Coach Brewer does not like the call. Good call by the officials. The officials tonight are Daniel Billings, Steve Summers, and Ron Warren. We'll reset that lineup in just one moment. Inbound of Watkins. He's working. Down low. Harper misses Wilson. That's the 4th turnover by the Lancers. So Abdur Rahman, Watkins, Wilson, Randy Harper, and in for the first time is going to be Shant Shinavorian. So Shinavorian is wearing number 3 in black. Daniels under 11. There's a 3 missing. He is now 1 for 5 from the field and out of play. Team rebound to the Lancers. So Smith Mendoza. In for the first time is Dewan Franklin, a 6'3" freshman from MLK in Riverside, and Muldrew. Here's Shinavorian. And on the drive, Harper steps on the end line. And that is the 6th turnover early on.
And both of these teams have a much higher assist to turnover ratio on the assist side, Corey, not on their turnover side. A little surprising at the beginning of this game with the amount of turnovers we've seen.
On the curl, and that is kicked. With 17 on the shot clock, they'll reset to 20. Daniels, Franklin, Smith, Mendoza, and Muldrew. On the 5, Daniels working. Watkins fights across 2 screens. Double teamed up top. Mendoza with a deep right-handed 3. Nothing but bottoms. He's got 5. 19-12. And timeout taken by the Wolverines with 10:06 to play in the first half. This is Wolverine basketball on SportsNetUSA.net. The CCCAA SoCal Regional Playoffs. Other action on the men's side in this playoff action down here in the first half. East LA 16-9 over LA Harbor. Citrus 22-15 over Ventura. Here we sit at 19-12 as you see. San Diego City and Fullerton tied at 14 with 11:42 to play in the first half. Fullerton is the number 1 seed and the number 1 team in the state. No score from up north yet from San Jose Chabot, West Valley, and Los Positas. Nor scores from San Francisco, Columbia, Redwoods, and Sequoias will tip off at 7:30. Out of the timeout, Shinavorian. Kick out Randy Harper straight away. No, Franklin, his first. Under 10 to play, 7-point lead for the Wolverines. Muldrew with the left, gets around everybody, reverse layup, can't finish. Harper with his first rebound, Shinavorian. The right-handed dribble on the far side. Lancers shot 41% for the season, and Shinavorian got everybody shaken up and goes up and under for his first 2.
Well, Corey, when we talked about shooting percentage, these teams went from shooting 30% on the floor to now both these teams are at 50% on the floor in this first half.
Mendoza, Smith. Daniels fights around the screen, comes up, and gets his second bucket. His first 2, he's now 2 for 7 shooting. And it's 21-14 with under 9 to play in the first half. Shinavorian stops, pops, in and out, no good. Rebound Harper into the hands of Chang Gang, he misses. San Bernardino dodging a bullet on the second chance opportunity. And we've got another timeout taken by San Bernardino Valley. Another 30-second timeout as Muldrew Stops time for an injury. Checking in for him is going to be Silas Gray, number 5 you see there in white and blue trim out of Bonanza High School in Las Vegas. He is a 6'3" freshman. And Mark, don't forget, coming up at halftime, we're going to have the San Bernardino Valley Athletic Director, David Rubio, on the air and talk about this beautiful complex. You're going to have a good conversation about the school, athletic department. 8:20 left to go in the first half. So Watkins checked out. Winfrey back in. Daniels misses a deep 3. Wilson up high. Wilson goes 6'9", 185. Sophomore from Tucson. That's his 3rd rebound, under 8 left. First half of play. San Bernardino man-to-man defense. Harper doesn't use the screen, runs over a standing Smith and his first personal. It'll be the 3rd team foul. 3 team fouls apiece. So 7-point lead for the Wolverines. A chance to get back to state. Under Quincy Brewer, they've been there 5 times already. Looking for trip number 6. Got a 1-3-1 employed by the Lancers now. Deep 3. And Silas Gray says, I don't care. We're going to shoot you out that defense. 24-14, biggest lead of 10. Ryan Fraser and his Maricosa team advanced to the state playoffs last year. And here's a steal. Daniels ahead. Long strides. No, but the one-handed putback, no, by Gray. Last touch by a poking Smith. 6:57 to play in the first half. 10-point lead for the Wolverines. Winfrey with the right-handed dribble. Near the mid-court circle. Dumps down low to Wilson. Good defense by Franklin. Aggressive defense by Franklin. He'll pick up his first personal and the 4th team foul. So Shinavorian checks out. Harper checks out. Abdur Rahman checks in, 14 in black, and number 5 is Miles Watkins. Abdur Rahman will inbound the ball near side. Lob Wilson, give the chain gang for 2. He's got 4. First team all conference. Out of the SCC, that's the South Coast Conference. 1-3-1, gets in that gap, dumps down low. Franklin not ready. Steal by Winfrey. In the front court with the left-handed dribble. Watkins has it. Mendoza moving them feet. Cuts him off, reach in, stolen. Another steal, and here's Smith the other way. All the way, no good. Blocked. And I can't tell if Winfrey picked up the block. Good transition defense by the Wolverines. Watkins, corner 3, cycles home. Watkins, the leading scorer, with 9 points early on, and cuts the Wolverine lead to 5, 30-second timeout. 5:33 to play in this first half. Wolverine basketball on sportsnetusa.net.
Well, right now you look at what's going on. San Bernardino, 9 of 23. They've dropped all the way down to 39%, 4 of 7 from three-point country. For Pasadena, 8 of 16. They're at 50%. Only 1 of 5 from three-point country, Corey. I'm really surprised. Nobody's really gone to the free throw line in this game. Both have gone twice. Both have made their rebounds in this, their extra points in this game. As far as total rebounds, well, San Bernardino's got 12. Pasadena's got 8. 1 offensive rebound for Pasadena in this game so far.
So out of the timeout with Daniels and the Wolverines ball, Smith, Gray, Nwanevu, and Mendoza. Pasadena stays in their 1-3-1. Mendoza, there's a travel by Mendoza. Mark Pavlovich talked about the one Jerry Tarkanian earlier. He ran that amoeba defense, a confusing 1-3 run look. And Pasadena keeping the legacy alive. Winfrey, Abdur Rahman, Wilson, Watkins, and Harper. Harper, the three-point specialist, right-handed, long, rebound chased down by Smith in the front court. No numbers, then they back it out. Muldrew back in. He took a minute to gather himself after being hit in the leg. Daniels is 2 for 7 tonight. Gray has 1-3. Daniels has the ball now, double teamed in the corner. And that's almost stolen by Wilson from behind. Tried to pick the back pocket with 8 seconds. Wolverines shoot 50% from the field for the season. That's 4th in the state, 10th in the state in three-point percentage at 37.1. Muldrew, front rim, no, rebound chase down. And Wilson doing a bang-up job on the interior. He's an honorable mention conference performer with 4:30 left in the first half. Harper, San Bernardino Valley, deep three. Dean, Abdur Rahman cuts the Wolverine lead to 2 at 24-22. And that ball is kicked, stolen. Harper the other way, 3-on-1 with the right, blocked by Gray, finished by Wilson. And we are tied at 24. Under 4 to play in the first half. And Pasadena got here. As you see here, the Lancer faithful behind us. Daniels on the ground at the elbow. Gets pushed by, they're gonna say Wilson, with 3:37 to play.
Corey, you talked about the fan turnout here tonight for this game is just enormous to say the least. I mean, there's at least 300, maybe 350 people inside this gym right now, and still counting.
Another three, that's short by Gray. Nwanevu battling Abdur Rahman out to Daniels as Saddleback controls. Offensive player control. Goes the other way. Daniels, his second personal. And all Wilson had to do was wait. He took the brunt and coming the other way. That's the 5th team foul. And out Daniels, in Mendoza. So 3:25 to play first half. Abdur Rahman will inbound with Winfrey in the backcourt. Harper, Watkins on the far side, and Wilson, 6'9" freshman. 6'9" sophomore down here. For the Wolverines, near us is Gray, Nwanevu, Smith, Muldrew, and Mendoza, the 5 on the floor. Lancers got here in their first round by beating Cerro Coso 71-68. In the second round, they upset San Diego Miramar. Pull up by Harper. Long, high rebound, Wilson. Kick out, second chance opportunity. So that upset of San Diego Miramar, 72-60, have them here tonight. Abdur Rahman, almost a turnover and tapped away. Here's Nwanevu and Muldrew all the way for 2. So Wolverines retake the lead. Muldrew with 5 points. Man-to-man defense by San Bernardino Valley. Winfrey uses the screen up top by Wilson. Turnaround jumper from the elbow. Pooched it off the back. Nwanevu, his third board. In that. Mendoza, deep three. Long rebound tapped out. And Muldrew has a second shot. Official stop possession. And Abdur Rahman comes out. Here's Muldrew weaving in the lane. Kick out. Mendoza missed his last three, missed this three. Muldrew says, I can get it, and he does. He's got 8 points, and it's back to a 5-point lead after the Lancers tied it at 24. Lancers went 14 of 18 free throws in that upset over Miramar. Wilson led the way with 20 points and 7 rebounds. Winfrey, he's fouled on the drive. Last game he had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, Mark, and 5 steals. And that's the 5th team foul against the Wolverines. 1:26 to play in the first half. Watkins inbounds to Harper. Harper pulls up from 3. Short, rebound Muldrew. Karam number 2. 70 seconds remains in the first. Muldrew hit the last 3. Mendoza in the corner to Smith. Mendoza cutting, blocked by Wilson, his first. Leak out by Harper. With the left, blocked up top by Smith, but the trail by Chain Gang for 2. He's got 6. And it's a 3-point lead for the Wolverines. They have the ball with 45 seconds. The 1-3 run has slowed down the Wolverines slightly. Wolverines' biggest lead had been 10. And it's cut to 3 here. That was tipped by Watkins. With 10 on the shot clock, Shinavorian checks in.
Corey, the referees are letting these two teams play. We like physical basketball. They're allowing that to go on tonight. No team is in real foul trouble. Pasadena fans would like a little more calls. I like what we're seeing on the floor right now.
And here's Winfrey. Chain Gang flushes the 2-hand. Slam dunk for 29-28. And Wolverines lead cut to 1 with under 7. There's 5 on the shot. Silas Gray gonna have to put it up. He gets an open 3. Rebound as the first half buzzer expires. The Wolverines hold a 1-point lead over the visiting Pasadena City Lancers. And this is Wolverine basketball on SportsNetUSA.net. The SoCal Regionals of the CCCAA winner, Mark, goes to the State 8.
Well, we're sitting here in a 1-point game. You look at the first half. Pasadena 12 of 25, 48% from the floor. San Bernardino sitting there with 29, 11 of 30. So they got 5 more shots off. Made 1 less shot, though, in this game. Sitting there at 37% when you look at it. Neither team has really been outstanding from three-point country. You look at Pasadena, 2 of 8, 25%. San Bernardino has lived and died with that 3-point shot tonight. 5 of 13 from the floor, 38%. And Corey, I know the fans have been complaining and saying, hey, we need to allow people to go to the foul line in this game. It hasn't really happened. It started off quick. Pasadena went 2 of 2. San Bernardino followed up with 2 of 2. And that's been it from the charity stripe. in this game. Turnovers are both even, 7 and 6. Points off turnovers, 8 and 7, almost even. Total rebounds in the game, San Bernardino with 18, and with Pasadena, 11. So we'll talk a little more about that. But right now, it's our pleasure to have the athletic director, I can't even get it out of my mouth,
Yeah.
David.
Yeah, me
from
too.
San Bernardino Valley College. And that's David Rubio. And David, thank you for being on the air with us here on SportsNetUSA.net.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for coming out and covering the game. I really appreciate it.
The thing that I'd like to bring up first, because Mr. Neyland, my broadcast partner, and I were out at your facility when you guys played Fullerton College football on SportsNetUSA.net. We got here very early, and so we were basically given a tour. Hey, they said, guys, you want to go see the facility? We walked around, and myself, Corey, and another one of our broadcasters, Ryan Osborne, we sat there with our mouths open.
Yeah.
Because of the beautiful atmosphere, first of all, that this athletic facility gives off.
Right.
And then the quality places for your athletes to play in this facility.
Exactly.
Basketball and volleyball are just outrageous.
Right. Well, there was a lot of thought and planning going into it, and we really wanted to have a place that was a showcase that represented the college and the community. So there was a lot of care in planning and great collaboration with the architects and the contractors that built the facilities in order to provide the best that we could for our community and our student athletes and the general student population.
David, what's real interesting about this, though, is let's be very honest. People, especially in the community college world, if you say, I'm going to San Bernardino to do a game, you get a lot of people to roll their eyes. And go, you're going to San Bernardino? Or, even if you say Bakersfield or anything like that.
Right.
If you say you're going down to Saddleback, you're going to see a great facility.
Right.
If you're over at Golden West College and their pool, what a place to go to.
Right.
People forget the history
right.
of this school. I mean, from an athletic point of view, it's
right.
got an outstanding history. I mean, I was in there looking at your trophies, your track trophies, your cross-country trophies, your
right.
volleyball. People don't really understand that you not only are a great educational facility,
right.
but you've been an incredible sports facility, not just for 5 years, but for a plethora of years.
Very many years. The college last year celebrated its 95th anniversary. It makes us one of the oldest community colleges in California. And so along with that, we've always had sports. So we've had sports on this campus, athletics, for 95 years. And there is a rich history and in multiple sports. And so we're fortunate that right now that our men's basketball team is doing so well, and we keep trying to improve upon it, and that's the way coaches are, good coaches are. The other thing is that it is kind of a secret, right?
Absolutely.
We keep trying to get it out, and I do appreciate you coming out here and talking about this because people do walk onto this campus and they go, oh, wow. Really? This is really, really nice.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful facility. It's beautiful. It's clean. It's safe. We have one of the safest community college campuses in the area. The records show that. And so people are pleasantly surprised when they do come to this campus.
On the other side, and let's stick with that too because of what you give back to the community and to the students on this campus. And if they're student athletes, what I really appreciated when I was looking at the many titles your teams have won.
Right.
I appreciate the fact that I didn't walk in someplace and say, the men win this, the men win this, the men win this. This is what the women did. They have a softball team.
Right.
When you look at your cabinets,
right.
which says it about your department, you treat the men and the women as fair game, which isn't something in the Sheriff Title IX that we see from a lot of colleges and or community colleges.
Right.
So I've got to ask you your opinion on trying to treat both genders fairly in doing sports.
We do. I mean, it's in the forefront to say that we're going to give everybody the same opportunity. It doesn't matter what sport it is, whether it's football or whether it's women's cross country, right? We give them all the tools that they need, and we try to provide the best atmosphere. And not only just the best atmosphere on campus, but also with our academic support. So we have a great academic support program. It's called the Huddle, and it is specifically and exclusively for the student athletes on campus. And so they do a great job. So the matriculation rate is great for us, and we have a high transfer rate among our college sports. So the good example would be like Quincy Brewer's team, the men's basketball team, which it's 99.9% transfer graduation rate, right? And it's like a 90% scholarship rate. So if you come and play here at San Bernardino Valley College for Quincy Brewer, you're almost guaranteed a scholarship, graduation, transfer. So, but Quincy works extremely hard. We do on what he does, and he's a great coach. But we also have another program, our women's soccer team, Kristen Hauge, which has the same success rate. So, and she's won a state title. And so, and she's won multiple conference titles and gone to the regionals many, many times. And so that's just another example on the women's side where we have a great team. And she has like I said, a high success rate of transfer, graduation, and scholarships. So we do try to make it a level playing field for everybody and give the coaches and the players the opportunity to succeed.
And with that in mind, one of the things that people keep forgetting, and I often will say to coaches, everybody needs to know that you're an educator, and we don't say enough about it.
Right.
But you're a dean of education through the athletic department. People will say, oh, the only thing that David Rubio is really concerned about is if his teams win. There's got to be that flip side that you're the educator that says, hey, I want to know how they're doing in classes. I want to know how their mental health is. And what is their well-being like? Who's taking care of them? So what about that flip side?
Right. Well, you're absolutely right about that. We are extremely concerned for the mental well-being of our student athletes. And we do say academics. We stress academics first, athletics. Right? They're a student athlete. They're not an athlete that's a student. Right? So it's specifically said that way, and we take that to heart to say that you're a student first, and we really want you to succeed, because if you succeed here as a student, we know that we're putting you on the right path to succeed as a person and be a productive person later on in life. So athletics, it's great that we can win, but it's only going to take you so far. It's a very, very small percentage of people that can really make a living playing professional sports. Right, so they need to have something to fall back on that, and that's academics. And so we have to make sure that our student athletes are successful in the classroom, along with making sure now, especially after the COVID years, and I think we're still a little bit in COVID, right? So we have to make sure that their mental well-being, along with their physical well-being, is important. So we want to make sure that they're getting the proper support they need to be successful.
Well, before I let you go, this will be my last question, because Corey and I always want to let the person that's a guest get the last word in.
Okay.
If you're looking to get a recruit come here, or I'm a parent wanting to bring my child here, what would be your pitch to say, hey, out of all the community colleges, you need to come to San Bernardino Valley College?
Well, it would be a combination of things. So one would be obviously the success rate that we have in the classroom in academics. So you say, look, you come here and you're going to get more than the opportunity to play. You're going to get an education, right? Second thing is, hey, come and see our facilities. See our facilities. See what we get to offer. If you were to go downstairs and look at team rooms, there are not many community colleges, and even if you were to go to Cal State San Bernardino, they don't have team rooms for their athletics, right? And so we do, and they're nice. And we bring people in. We brought in RCC this year they needed to play their regional games here on our campus. They were just blown away. Right, and they were so impressed about not only facilities, but they looked at our team rooms, and they looked at our athletic training room, and they looked at our classrooms that we have in our facilities, and they looked at the overall, they're going through the spectrum of our facilities, and they were super impressed. They mean, wow, we can't even believe this. We didn't know you had this. So I want to say that would be the second thing. The thing is just, hey, come and talk to our coaches and see what they can do for you, right? Now, we're not the only community college, and if they want to say, hey, you know what, I'm interested in you. Oh, really? What sport? Well, I know that coach, right? Hey, we'll help you. If this place isn't for you and it's not for everybody, you want to Chafee, you got RCC, you want San Jacinto, yeah, well, I'll help you, right? Who do you want to do? What do you want to do here? But I'll tell you what, go and talk to them about what they can do for you. Let them give you their pitch. Then see how it matches up with our pitch, right? And what we can do for you. A lot of times, majority we get those kids back because they listen to them. And they say, well, really, San Bernardino, wow, they got a total package. They can get things done for me. So that would be the third thing.
So if you're looking, there's the gentleman to talk to, the athletic director here at San Bernardino Valley College, a beautiful facility, a great educator, and a man that will help lead your child, be it your daughter or your son, to the next plateau. David, thank you very much for being on the air.
I appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you very much. All right.
David Rubio, athletic director here at San Bernardino Valley College, here on Sportsnet USA.net. Well, Corey Neyland, the teams are back on the court, and it's been one heck of a first half of basketball, to say the least. 29-28. Both these teams have played up down the floor. They're shooting 48 and 36% respectively, and yet the players that we thought would play well are playing well for these teams tonight here on Sportsnet USA.net.
Miles Watkins leading the way for Pasadena City with 9 points, 2 assists. Jonathan Chaingang with 8 points. Jaden Renfrey has not scored, but he's got 5 rebounds and 4 assists. Dean Abdur Rahman is 5 points, no rebounds, no assists. Nigel Wilson's doing big things on the boards. He's got 4 points and 6 rebounds to go along with 2 assists and 1 block. For San Bernardino, leading the way is going to be Armand Muldrew with 8 points. Shanae Nwaneva with 6. Nwanevu with 6 points. Amari Smith with 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Dominique Daniels, the team's leading scorer, the state's leading scorer, 5 points only on 2 of 10 shooting, 2 rebounds and 3 assists. Pasadena shot 48% in that first half, while San Bernardino shot 36% in the first half of play.
Corey, the number that really jumps at me is the people that came off the bench did not enhance the game for either one of these teams. So basically, they're running on their starting 5 in this game so far. The benches for both schools, Pasadena's bench gave them 2 points, and that was it. And then you flip it over to San Bernardino and you say, well, it's got to be better than that, Mark. Yeah, it is, by 1 point. That's the only thing that the bench brought about for San Bernardino in this first half. So when you look at it overall, it's the starting 5 that are leading the way. And Corey, it'll probably be the starting 5 that'll show you what they can do in this second half. As right now, it's San Bernardino Valley College 29, Pasadena 28, here on Sportsnet USA.net. Corey Neyland, the old guy, happy to be here. Great turnout for these playoffs games for the CCCAA here on SportsNetUSA.net. So as we get ready for the second half, teams are over at their benches, going back through the strategy and getting ready to see who can pull away from whom in the second half of play here on SportsNetUSA.net.
So coming out to start the second half of play, Nigel Wilson inbounding will be Abdur Rahman Winfrey. Also on the floor, Chain Gang and Watkins, the same starting unit that started the ball game for the Lancers. For the Wolverines, Muldrew on ball. Daniels, Smith blown by Chain Gang, and they have their first lead of the ball game at 30-29. Daniels, Mendoza, Muldrew, Smith, and Nwanevu on the floor. And there's a foul underneath.
You know, I think the Pasadena fans figure the referees bought one of your books called Home Cooking. We hear that in the background.
First personal, first team foul of the second half. Mendoza on the wing. Smith, no look pass down low. Neville gets two people in the air and puts home his 8th point. So back and forth in the first 45 seconds of the second half. Deep three, long, rebound, Neville, his 2nd. Daniels pointing direction, San Bernardino in the white with the blue trim. As you see them moving right to left, Muldrew down low. Smith, the reverse layup for 2, and the harm for Wilson from behind with the push. So Smith's got 4 points, increasing that lead to 3.
Corey, this will be the 3rd attempt for San Bernardino in this game. Pasadena is sitting at 2 attempts so far.
Smith on the season, 11.5 points, shoots 63% from the charity stripe, has 5 rebounds, averaging on the season, and in and out on the free throw. 0 for 1 today. Stays at 4 points, but a 3-point lead for the Wolverines. Winfrey. Chain gang slips the screen, misses the dunk. Rebound last touched by the Wolverines in white, Nwanevu. So Pasadena fans want a foul call. Looked like good defense from here. Wilson blocked but fouled by Daniels, and that's Daniels' 3rd personal foul mark with 18:24 to play in the ballgame.
Yeah, on the first initial move, he grabbed his arm because he was getting ready to shoot, I thought, but they called it on the floor.
And they did call it on the floor. I thought he was in the act of shooting.
So did I. That's what I thought, Corey.
Winfrey bounce pass underneath, regains possession, and a timeout called by Pasadena as they're down by 3 with 18:20. Just started the second half. This is Wolverine basketball on SportsNetUSA.net. The score, 33-30.
You got any scores around the, I didn't know if you would look to see if anybody around. Or
I did look. I was stuck on a page watching another game around. And we'll get some scores in just one moment.
Want to thank you for that interview with David Rubio.
That was great.
Really nice, man. Really nice. And this is, Corey, this is, I like the fact that he went and said, yeah, San Bernardino, where? San Bernardino what?
So you asked for some scores, Mark. We're going to do the women's side first, then we'll get to the men's side. The next dead ball, next opportunity. San Bernardino was 16-0 in the IEAC, followed by Mount San Jacinto, Siracoso, who Pasadena beat in the first round, Chaffey, Copper Mountain, Victor Valley, College of the Desert, Palo Verde, and Barstow. Wilson on the screen, the pick and roll. Gets fouled on the pass from Abdul Rahman, and it's 18-16. Wilson having a strong game thus far. He's got 5 points. Stuck on 5. Excuse me, make it 4 points, and he's stuck on 4. Now he's got 5. And cuts the San Bernardino lead to 2. San Bernardino in the SCC North. East LA, Pasadena, LA Harbor. All from the SCC made the playoffs. They're all playing tonight. Ball touched the scoreboard, out of play. 33-31, 2 minutes gone by. Second half of play, Winfrey at the elbow, backdoor cut, chain gang blocked 2 times, gets his own and puts it in. Good stickiness, stick-to-itiveness, and he ties the game at 33. Mendoza with a tie score. Pasadena looking to pull off, if you will, another upset here at the Wolverines den. On the beautiful campus of San Bernardino Valley, almost stolen by Winfrey up top. Daniels can go with the right. He's now 2 of 11. Here's Winfrey running. No numbers. Cross-court pass. Abdul Rahman. Chain Gang has 12 points. Game is tied at 33 apiece. Here's Winfrey. Excellent point guard out there. Doesn't look to score a lot. Distributes there. Wilson underneath. He's got 7. And they have their second lead of 35-33. This is their largest lead of the game of 2. Smith, Muldrew in the corner. Smith, Cuddy Mendoza almost stolen. Smith gets it back and throws it away. So first turnover on the second half. Both teams with 2 fouls apiece. As Silas Gray checks in for Sebastian Mendoza.
And you're hearing the sidelines for both teams just saying, slow it down, slow it down. Don't want to get caught up in the crowd enthusiasm on a great turnout tonight here at San Bernardino Valley.
Wilson, free throw line. Ron Neville on the guard. Chain Gang pulls up from 3. He's feeling it, no. Just short, grazing the front of the rim. And San Bernardino Valley head coach Quincy Brewer, not in their rhythm, not in their flow as Pasadena's dictating. Here's Daniels. Muldrew with the left, around the perimeter, kick out. Silas Gray has 1-3, short on that one. Miles Watkins with the rebound.
And here's the thing, Corey, again, I know I emphasize rebounding and defense so much, but it's one shot and done.
Wilson forces one too quick. Good defense by Nwanevu. Wolverines coming the other way. Dominic Daniels, last year's state player of the year. Ramon Silva, who played previously with San Bernardino, went up to Oregon State. They can use him and use his size at this point as they're down by 2. Gray says no on the floater, more like a runner. Kick out to Daniels. He's 2 of 11 with the right. Make it 3 of 12. He's got 7 points. Ties the game at 35, and a full timeout taken by Quincy Brewer and the Wolverines. So we said we were going to get some scores, Mark.
Yeah, and you said you were going to start with the women.
Up north, Sequoias beat San Francisco, so they go to state again on the women's side, second year in a row. Butte beat Folsom Lake 74-63. Start of the third quarter. Cypress is up 4 over Moore Park, 34-30. Glendale and Palomar are tied at 36.
Wow.
Just starting the third quarter.
There's the interesting one.
Mount Sac is all over Riverside at halftime, 34-16. Coach Berber's team has a lot to work on if they want to get back in that one. No score from Laney. And Orange Coast, with 4:14 to play in their third quarter against Irvine Valley, 44-35.
Which you expected.
Yeah. And on the men's side, no scores from Chabot, San Jose, West Valley, Los Positas. East LA 28-18 over LA Harbor in the first half, at least what we have here that's updated. That's also on sportsnetusa.net right now. Citrus, 5:33 to play in the first, 31-28 over Ventura. And there are no updates yet, Mark, because they still have Fullerton and San Diego City 16-14 with 9:14 to play, 9:41 to play. And there is a foul right there. And they get a hold on Amari Smith against Jaden Winfrey. So Smith goes out with 2 personals. Make it 3 personals. And in is Mendoza. So 35-35, 15-11 to play. Inbound as a full court pressure applied. Abdul Rahman in the front court. And here's Winfrey with the left. Also in the ball game is going to be Derek Nettles, number 23 for San Bernardino Valley. And Winfrey says, I don't care. 37-35, under 15 to play in this one.
Pasadena's moving well without the ball, Corey, and they're making those cuts without the ball, finding an opening in the lane for easy scores.
Daniels is heating up. That's 2 in a row for Daniels. And it's tied at 37. That last bucket by Winfrey was his first bucket of the game. He averages 7, 6, and 5. Or excuse me, 7, 5, and 6 as a first team all conference. With 5, step back 3, that's not his game. That's short, rebound up high. And the scrum on the floor is a jump ball. Alternating arrow belongs to the Wolverines.
Can I petition to have that rule changed on this level?
You can. Every game we do, we will petition. Throw that out. Go back to a jump ball. DeJuan Franklin back in, 33 in white. Gray, Daniels, who hit his last 2. He's now 4 of 13. Mendoza and Muldrew, both teams employing a full court press. Wolverines break it easy. Muldrew all the way, runs over, offensive foul or block in the restricted area. Was Chain Gang, and Muldrew will head to the line for 2. Muldrew 7 points in the first half. On the season, Mr. Muldrew 19 points, second leading scorer on the team. 89% from the free throw line. 3 rebounds and 3 assists per ball game.
Well, you said the magic word. 89% from the charity stripe. There's the first one.
Unfazed was a freshman from Panther Creek High School in Paris. Wilson back in. Chinavorian back in along with Harper. Muldrew looking for point number 9. 3 team fouls apiece. Second free throw rims out. Wilson with his 7th rebound to make it, number 8. So it's 38-37. Watkins dribbling in circles. Harper with the lob. First bucket for Harper.
Again, Corey, great movement without the ball. This is the thing that has opened up shots for both these teams. You come up, you come down, you churn, somebody is breaking for the lane.
Gray with the air, Chinavorian. Abdur Rahman in the corner. Harper pulls up from 16. No. Gray high for the carry. So 39-38. Lancers with the lead. 12:55 to play in the ballgame. This second half has picked up intensity. Daniels, Gray at the free throw line. Skips out. Muldrew open 3. He front rims it. And Chinavorian running with the Lancers. Stolen by Daniels. Telegraph pass. And here's Dominique the other way. He gets fouled on the ground. Wow. Everybody thought that was in the act of shooting. They say on the ground, Quincy Brewer.
Well, Corey, not everybody thought that. There's people behind me that thought that he was out with his dog taking a long walk on a picnic night, and it was traveling to say the least.
Quincy Brewer, the Arizona State alum, watches Muldrew miss the long 3. Rebound Smith, good position. Second chance, but that's stolen by Chinavorian. So Sean in the front court. He's out of Arcadia High School, pulls up for 3. Oh, he misses that. They cling to a 1-point lead. As Saddleback under control, 4 of 13. He's held out front. Dominique Daniels looks like he wants to take over with under 12 in the second half.
So they're going to call that one on the floor also. Another foul against Pasadena. They now have 5 team fouls.
So Mark, Saddleback got a bye in their first round. In their second round, they beat Saddleback, who we broadcasted a few games this season. Daniels pushes off in the lane, kick out Smith. He tries to use baseline, but he has to go back out to Franklin from 7, and he catches the back rim for 2. So
Shooter's touch, baby, shooter's touch.
Dewan gives them a 1-point lead at 40-39. Chinavorian. Abdur Rahman stolen out front. Telegraph. Franklin 1-on-2. Slams it home. Foul by Wilson. And Dewan Franklin has ignited this crowd with his 4th point. So 42-39. Franklin, who averages 3 points a game, Mark, has 4. 3 rebounds.
Well, Corey, I think the most amazing stat for the San Bernardino team is they average 22 assists a game and 9 turnovers. That's a plus 13 on the floor. That's amazing for any team at any level.
Mark, number 1 Fullerton down to San Diego City, 50-49 with 14 to play in the second half. Watkins gets tripped up, and they're going to say in the act of shooting. So the number 1 team down, the number 3 team up by 3.
I've got a great new cosmetic you can buy if you need some makeup or something. You're going to say he was actually pushed when he was shooting?
Yeah, that was a foul.
Okay. All right.
Miles Watkins at the line. He's got 8 points, excuse me. He's got 9 points. Stays on 9.
And, you know, I talked to Corey Naylor because we disagree on percentages for free throws, but like Corey says, in the playoffs, everybody needs to be 1,000% shooter.
Certain situations, they need to be 1,000% shooter.
Like if you're trailing in a game, you need to be 1,000% shooter.
There you go, 42-40, 11:09 to play. Timeout taken by the Lancers. This is Wolverine basketball on SportsNetUSA.net. 3 fouls for Amari Smith along with Dominique Daniels. 3 fouls for Nigel Wilson in Pasadena. And those are the players in foul trouble in this ball game. And Mark, we're going to go back to the scores on the men's side. As we said, it's 51-49, 13-44 to play for Fullerton and San Diego City. San Diego City, great rivalry between those 2 teams. San Francisco is all over Columbia in the first half, 53-26. Or actually, they're all over. Doesn't say which half. Sequoias and Redwoods just started. Ventura, 5-point lead over Citrus.
Oh, that's interesting.
57-52.
I thought Citrus would easily handle that game tonight.
LA Harbor's come back on East LA, and they're up 51-50. West Valley, 62-50 over Los Positas at the half. And San Jose over Chabot, 50-40. Out of the timeout by the Lancers. 11:09 to play. Wolverines bring back Smith, Muldrew. In the backcourt, Daniels, Mendoza, and Franklin, who's been a spark plug in the last couple minutes. Winfrey, Watkins, Harper, Wilson, and Shangang are the 5 on the floor in a 2-3 zone. Down low, and that's stolen. Wolverines try to hit the gap. Lancers coming down the floor. Tie with the 2, take the lead with the 3. Muldrew straight up, Shangang on Smith. Wilson up top. Winfrey. Here's Watkins, daring him to take the 3. He gets in the lane with the scoop. No good. Wilson over the back, loose ball foul on Nigel. And that's his 4th personal. And that's the 6th team foul. Or 7.
Well, that's 7, Corey.
So it's a 17 foul, 1-1 coming to Sebastian Mendoza. Wilson, again, his 4th personal. Abdur Rahman checks in with 10:29 to play. How long can you leave the big man out? San Bernardino trying to keep them out. They've got a 2-point lead. Stays at 2, but there's Franklin. Ever-present Dewan gives them a 4-point lead.
Franklin. The bench did nothing for him, Corey, in that first half. 2 points. Franklin has just come off as a sub and been a super sub for San Bernardino.
Winfrey down low, all alone is Abdur Rahman. He cuts the lead to 2. Another assist. Daniel steps back. Lefty 3. No. Franklin again with the rebound. Poked away by the Lancers. And they're going to say Harper got some arm. So at the line, Franklin missed his last one, bricked that one. He's 0 for 2 from the charity stripe, and it stays a 2-point lead for the Wolverines with 9:32 remaining in the ballgame. Winfrey working with the left, elbow left side, long. Not the shot they wanted from Jaden Winfrey there with 9:18 to play in the ballgame. Daniels with 9 points and 3 fouls. He's got the ball. Smith, 4 points and 3 fouls. Back to Daniels. There's stick stolen on the entry. And Chain Gang has 10 points and 2 steals. Leading the way is number 5 in black, Miles Watkins, on the floor. Thought about the 3. Franklin moves. Euro, short. Under 9. Daniels is the leading scorer tonight with 9 points, along with Muldrew. Down low, they got a travel. No, they're going to get a foul with the reach in. So that's the 8th team foul, make it number 9 for Pasadena. 4 team fouls for Saddleback. And Nwanevu checks back in for Saddleback. Franklin goes out. Chidavarian checks in. Winfrey checks out. Daniels has 3 assists and connects on the first free throw, giving him double figures with 10. On the season, he shoots 81% from the line, 51% from the field goal, from the field, and 41% from 3. Not having his best game tonight, but he's got 2 there and leading the way with 11 points. Chidavarian with 19 to shoot. Harper on the wing. Smith guarding, splits the defenders in the lane, reach in, stolen by Dominique. Dominique on the run, on the left side, all the way, leaves it, turnover. Out of control, Harper the other way, he's gonna pull up, no, kick out. Chidavarian for 3, on the run, transition. 5 points for Chidavarian and a 1-point lead for the Wolverines. Timeout on the floor, full taken by Pasadena with 7:49 to play in the ball game. This is Wolverine basketball on SportsNetUSA.net. Don't forget, Cypress College softball on SportsNetUSA.net, March 11th, a noon doubleheader with College of the Canyons. Baseball on the 16th of March, 2 p.m. Cypress College baseball against Irvine Valley. And March 18th, back to the circle with Cypress College softball against Antelope Valley College. Another doubleheader, that time first pitch at noon.
Corey, when you think about San Bernardino and everybody's talking about them going the line, San Bernardino shooting 50% from the charity stripe. They're 5 of 10. True, Pasadena hasn't had an opportunity. They're 4 of 6. Turnovers, both these teams have turned over the ball 10 times. 11 points for Pasadena on turnovers, 9 for San Bernardino. Rebounds, basically even. Defensive rebounds, 18 and 18. The big thing is, which really surprises me, both these teams have 14 assists and only supposedly 5 turnovers. Supposedly. That's what the stats say.
Daniels at the elbow, kick out with the left, maneuvers around, penetrates. No good on the finger roll attempt. Ball is loose, scrum, jump it up. They get a jump going Lancers' way. Down by 1. Wolverines sloppy possession out of the timeout. They're up by 1, precariously up by 1. Out of the timeout, you want a better offensive play. Looking for a foul on the drive.
Well, Corey, and you know how the referee's calling this game. If you're a Pasadena fan, you're going to say, we're not going to get a break from the referees. Can't reach, can't grab. If you're San Bernardino, you take a few chances. Playing at home, you think maybe you might get the call.
7:25 to play in the ball game. Shinaborian in the front court. Back door. There's Watkins. Bounce pass, nice pass. Chain gang fouled. So Jonathan with 12 points, 6'2", 185. He is from Riverside, MLK High School. His hometown is Kennesaw, Georgia. Rims out.
And again, making free throws has not been the forte for either team this night.
Connects on the second. And the game is tied at 46. Both defensive teams on par, if you will, Mark, with 7 minutes to play. Daniels, kick out, Moldrew, right wing, or excuse me, baseline, corner 3. His third 3, and a 3-point lead for San Bernardino Valley. Back door, Abdul Rahman misses. Long pass, poked away, and here are the Lancers. Dangerous pass, 3, Chinavorian. My goodness, 49-49. Both these teams wanting to get to state. Winner moves on, loser goes home. Daniels with the right, no, up high, Duanevu. 51-49. The home team up by 2. Chinavorian's been that spark plug, like Franklin was for San Bernardino earlier in the second half. 5:53 remains. Chinavorian poked away by Moldrew, foul by Moldrew. That's the 6th team foul.
And Corey, that'll be one of those fouls where you get a defender reaching. The offensive player comes through with his arms, gets hit with the arm. Contact is because of the offensive player, but
Shangang will inbound, poked away by Mendoza. (51-49). San Bernardino with the lead. Lancers. Three, doesn't matter. Miles Watkins gives them a 1-point lead at 52-51. Daniels now working on the right wing. Kick out, Smith open. Free throw line jumper. Crawls home. And back and forth we go, 53 to 52. Handoff up top. Down low, spinning Harper, no, rebound. Mendoza and Watkins both acting. Good no call. So good no call on the opposite side, 53-52. Wolverines want to increase their 1-point lead. Stolen by Chinavarian. Chinavarian all the way. Puts it up, gets it blocked. Rebound, Chain Gang, no. Rebound, Wilson, inserted. Foul from behind by Mendoza. And that's Mendoza's 4th personal foul. Nigel Wilson, who's just inserted, heads to the line for 2.
And Corey, it's that sloppiness that is just starting. Is it pressure that's raising its head on these young men right now, trying to make the perfect pass, as that free throw is also missed. So win or lose, you could go back and look at what is happening at the free throw line for both these teams, as number 2 is good.
8 points for Wilson, and once again we're tied. So Mendoza on the wing. Down low to Moldrew, blocked by Wilson, his 2nd rebound by Nwanevu, gets it stolen and stripped by Wilson. Winfrey will reset the lineups with 4:15. On the Lancers side with the ball, Winfrey, Chain Gang, Wilson. Watkins with the drive in the corner. Chinavarian just standing open. 14 to shoot. Watkins on the left baseline. Good defense by the Wolverines with 9. Step back, rotation and splash. Miles Watkins. They've got a 3-point lead, 56 to 53. Timeout taken by San Bernardino Valley. A full timeout. Wolverines down 3 with 3:45 to play in the ball game. This is Wolverine basketball on SportsNetUSA.net. With that last 3, Watkins, 18 points.
Corey, I talked about the charity stripe. San Bernardino is still 5 of 10 in this game. Pasadena, 6 of 10. 13 turnovers for San Bernardino in this game, 10 for Pasadena. Points on turnover, 18 points on turnovers for Pasadena in this game, only 9 for San Bernardino. So when you talk about the tightness of this game, that's what the difference in this game is so far here on SportsNetUSA.net.
So 3:45 to play. People just remembering what to do when something goes wrong.
Hey, look at, our turnover ratio isn't that high, is it? Well, maybe tonight.
3:45 to play. 19 fouls against Pasadena. 17 fouls against the Wolverines. Chinavarian, Watkins, Winfrey, Wilson, and Chain Gang all on the floor for the Lancers. Wolverines ball. Moldrew standing next to head coach Quincy Brewer. Daniels, Nwanevu, Mendoza, and Smith. This is the starting unit for the Wolverines. They're the number 3 seed in the SoCal area. Daniels with the left, no. Nwanevu, ever present for 2. Cuts the Lancer lead to 1. There's a steal. Amari Smith gives them a 1-point lead. That full court pressure. 57-56. Leaves it. Wilson misses the dunk, but fouled on the wrist. He's to the line. 3:11 left to go.
Corey, that's when you have talked about a player knowing they're going to get contact, making sure they get that foul, and not finishing the shot. If you finish the shot, you have that possible 3-point play.
better foul to hit that wrist. Makes the first. 6'9" sophomore out of Washington Prep ties the game at 57. The sophomore gives the Lancers a lead at 58-57. Wilson with 12 points. Nwanevu skips. Muldrew open three. No, long. Nwanevu fighting for it. Daniels, chain gang. Bodies on the floor. Jonathan to the line. Watkins kicks out. Winfrey resets. Two outstanding teams in this battle. 1 point. That's really been it in the second half. Biggest lead by either team has been 3. Almost stolen. Jump it up. We're going the other way. Nwanevu. Energy is given to the Wolverines. Putbacks. Defense there. They've got a chance to take the lead with 2:25 to play in this ball game. Timeout. Wolverines with 2:16 to play, 21 seconds on the shot clock. And they're down by 1 on sportsnetusa.net.
As we both think the same way, going back to the scoreboard and maybe looking at what's going on here in the CCCAA scoreboard. I'll go to the men, you go to the women.
Okay.
San Jose is now in the Northern California Regional Final, up by 19 over Chabot, 5 seconds left. Las Positas at half, trailing by 21 to West Valley. LA Harbor down by 5 to East LA, 68-63. Ventura only trailing by 4 to Citrus, 75-71. Of course, you know the score here. San Diego City, Fullerton's up by 4 in that game. And that's where we sit on the men's side right now.
So out of the timeout, Wolverines down by 1 with Mendoza, Daniels, Smith, Muldrew, and Nwanevu. Daniels on the inbound with 20 to shoot. 1-3-1, matching up out of the zone. Daniels, the lefty, goes to the right, kick out, hit his last one from there, missed that one long, and Muldrew can't connect. Winfrey brings the ball up the floor with a 1-point lead. Pasadena trying to upset the number 3 team. They're the number 12 seed. Wolverines the number 3 seed. Been the 3 seed all season. They're number 8 in the state. Almost a double dribble by Chinavorian with 4. Watkins with 2. With 1. In and out. No. Wilson there. Taken away by Nwanevu. Wilson was not strong with the ball. Has it taken away. The Wolverines won it with 1:22 to play in the ball game. Daniels has been quiet. Misses with the right. 70 seconds left. Winfrey in the front court. All the way. No foul called with contact over the back on Nigel Wilson. That's number 5, and he's disqualified. So the Pasadena crowd doesn't like the fact that Winfrey had contact, no call. Wilson goes over the back, commits his 5th. And this will be Smith at the line, who's a 63% free throw shooter on the season. He's got 2 coming.
Did you say overtime, Corey Neyland?
Smith out of Roosevelt High School in Eastvale rattles home the first. He's in double figures with 10. He's got 3 personals. Second free throw to give him the lead, and it does. 59-58. 64 seconds, full court pressure, and they call it off. .50 seconds. 1 point lead for the home team. Chidovorian with 13. He's had 2 big threes, drives the right side with the right, no good. Rebound by Nwanevu. Here's Mendoza with 36. You don't need to foul yet. There's a 7-second differential between the game and the shot clock. Muldrew with 16 to shoot. Double teamed up top, Mendoza down low. Nwanevu blocked, but they get a foul called on Randy Harper. With 15 seconds to play. So Nwanevu to the line for 2. They're up 1. He's got 12 points. He's been the difference in the second half for the Wolverines. 11 rebounds to go with his 12 points. First on the way is in. 13 points and 11 rebounds. 72.7 from the line. 14 points and a 3-point lead. 61-58. Timeout taken by the Lancers, down by 3 with 11.3 left to go in the game. This is Wolverine basketball on SportsNetUSA.net. Mark, I thought he met him at the rim at the top and got ball. The way the game's been called, thought that was going to be a good block. Goes Wolverines' way. They've got the 3-point lead.
Fullerton's got a 2-point lead with 3 minutes to go in their game. San Francisco won their game. Supposedly 4 minutes in the first half, the Sequoias down by 3 to the Redwoods, and that's from the men's side of the bracket. Corey, this has been a great game, no matter who you're the fan for. Both these teams have played hard, referee well, and it's been an exciting game. I tell you what, all these teams in the men and the women are been equal when it comes to the playoffs. I mean, your last game over at Cypress, I thought you might get lost in the excitement. Again, tonight you get this game. It's one going on.
So with 11.3, Muldrew, Nwanevu, Mendoza, Smith, and Muldrew on the floor. Lancers with Winfrey will inbound. Changgang, Chinavorian, Watkins, and Harper. Timeout taken, see what they have. 1 timeout remaining for each. 10 team fouls for the Lancers. 8 team fouls for San Bernardino Valley. Do you commit the foul? You're up by 3.
Yeah, I do. The way everybody has been shooting free throws, I commit the foul. And if you can't get yours on your line when the ball comes back out again, I play the free throw game the rest of these 11.3 seconds. And again, Corey, if you're down by 3, grab somebody as soon as they catch the ball. Send them to the line instead of allowing. I saw that last night in a game. For the first time, I saw a head coach look at his team in the same position. As soon as the ball was thrown in, grab the player, let him go to the free throw line.
So back at it. Harper, Watkins, Changgang, Chinavorian, and Winfrey. You're going to look for Chinavorian, Watkins, or Harper at the 3-point line. If they don't foul. Inbound, Winfrey. Bounce pass to Changgang with 11. You still got time. They don't need a 3, but they're going to take a 3. Watkins straight away to tie. No, rebound Daniels with 3 seconds. And with 2.5, he's fouled. He needs one free throw. San Bernardino is out of timeouts. Lancers have one remaining. In the men's game, they cannot advance. So all he needs is one. And there's a timeout taken by Pasadena, because if they miss on purpose, they want to have a play drawn up. Exciting CCCAA basketball here on SportsNetUSA.net. San Bernardino is up by 3 with a chance to go to the state 8. Dominique Daniels has had an off night, but still his team has a 3-point lead with 2.5 to play.
Yeah, and Corey, when you realize that Pasadena, when they got the ball, that San Bernardino was not going to foul, I'm a little surprised that they didn't drive and take the 2 and play the free throw game. They took the 3 knowing they weren't going to get fouled, but they forced the 3-point shot.
There was no movement on that offensive set, and they got settled with 11.8. You got plenty of time. They could have run a back door, get that too. But again, San Bernardino's defense was excellent up front, on ball, chest to chest, made it difficult. And the results here, Dominique Daniels looking to put this game away. And Mark, that's going to do it. (62-58, 63-58). He's got 14 points with 2.5 and a 5-point lead. Winfrey. Chain gang up high, 4-3, no good. And the final here at the Wolverines Den. San Bernardino Valley, 63. Pasadena, 58. We'll keep it here for just one moment as we recap this ball game and go over scores for the rest of the CCCAA men's side as up to date as we can. So, Mark, San Bernardino Valley, they're headed again, the 6th time in Coach Quincy Brewer's tenure here for the Wolverines.
Well, I think the big thing that you look at that was going on here is basically Franklin in the second half became the super sub and did what they needed to do. As Corey Neyland's going to see it when we look at what happened here. Pasadena, 22 of 53. They shot 41.5% from the floor. San Bernardino, 23 of 58, 39% from the floor, which was very interesting. When you look at 3 points in this game, Pasadena, 16 of 18, 33%. San Bernardino, 6 of 23, 26% from three-point country. Free throws, Pasadena, 8 of 12, 66. And it wasn't as disparity as everybody saw. 11 of 16 for San Bernardino at the Charity Stripes. Turnovers, 12 to 11. 18 points off of turnovers for Pasadena, 11 for San Bernardino. Rebound, it was San Bernardino that dominated that area, 38 to 25. 15 offensive rebounds, only 4 offensive rebounds for Pasadena, Corey. I think that's the big difference in this game.
And they might have missed a couple, but that's okay. It was an excellent ball game.
Oh, it was a great ball game. And the free throw disparity was not that much. Everybody thought it was a lot. It was not when it came to going to the charity stripe.
And we're going to talk for a moment. Just a couple questions for Coach Quincy Brewer, the head coach of San Bernardino Valley. Coach, thank you very much for joining us.
You got to put it on right there.
Coach, thank you very much for joining us. Hard-fought victory. How'd your team pull it off?
Appreciate it, Coach. Again, you know what? in life and in basketball, it's always important for you to have the ability to overcome adversity. First of all, I just want to take my hat off to Pasadena. Great job by their team and their coach. Gave us a run for our money. Every game isn't going to be pretty. You know, we just couldn't make any shots, you know, and I think a part of that occurred because this past week we had guys that missed practice, so we were just out of sync and sluggish.
And what do you contribute to the key play in that second half, or the key plays or sequence in that second half that really got you through?
You know what, there were several great box outs and great rebounds. You know, obviously we did not shoot the basketball very good, but they played great defense as a whole collectively.
And Corey, just before I let you go, Coach, I mean, in that first half, your bench didn't do much, but in the second half, where else people would say why, when you look at what Franklin does, he comes out again and he puts up a bunch of points. I love the fact that you didn't look at what had happened in that first half and have any reflection on how you played in the second half. I think that's the big difference in this game.
Again, we're at the end of the season, so, you know, obviously all that matters right now is just basically winning and also advancing. If it's ugly, it's a win. If it's pretty, it's a win. So I'm just very, very proud of these guys for being resilient because they could have quit. But just in answering your question earlier, I think that play that Franklin made when he stole it and also dunked it, that kind of ignited our spirit somewhat too as well.
Okay, Coach, congratulations on the victory. What are you going to say to your fans right now after this victory?
Hey, you know what? Thank you for being here, and I'm hopeful that we'll be able to bring home the state championship this year.
We hope so too. Coach, thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
Thanks again. So once again, head coach Quincy Brewer for San Bernardino Valley College, they get to victory. Mark, as he said, it was ugly, but it doesn't matter if it's ugly or pretty. They got the win by 5, and they're going to the state for the 6th time under his realm.
Well, you know what made me feel good is once again we found out who the basketball guy was at this table, because I bring up Franklin and the coach just tries to reinforce my thoughts on the air. So that's what makes it so much fun. Corey, I tell you what, we have seen some incredible playoff basketball. I got to ask you, because this will probably be our last basketball game of the season.
I wish it wasn't. We should be the ones doing the game up there. Somebody should call Ed Ford, make that happen.
Yeah, and I tell you what, though, I've got to ask you, when you've looked at the balance in basketball, community college basketball on the rise? I know this is a question I throw at you every year.
You know, Mark, if you would have asked me that question, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, I'd said maybe. Okay, it was down a little bit, and it's back up. Now I say definitely it is on the rise. On the men's side, on the women's side, it's great. And we witnessed last week versus Cypress on the women's side, this week with San Bernardino Valley. Great young coaches, teams that play hard. You can't get any better than that. So with that, once again, the final score 63-58. So Mark Pavlovich, my running mate, my give and go guy, thank you for a wonderful season. SID Bill Norris, thank you for having us. Thank you for hooking up with Ed Ford and getting us here. For AD David Rubio, man.
Yes.
Who doesn't want to come to San Bernardino Valley after that?
I agree.
We want to thank you again from this beautiful complex. I am Corey Neyland, once again the final scorer. San Bernardino Valley 63, Pasadena 58. You've been watching Wolverine basketball on SportsNetUSA.net.